Just kidding. So let's see what is going on for y'all. I kind of want to start with my Mystic Martian deck. I'm a big fan of it. So yeah, let's see what kind of feelings are going around today. What kind of things we can expect. What kind of energy we're picking up on. Let's just find out. So Merkaba, movement, long distance travel, and excitement. So this is kind of that Cancerian energy of like wanting to progress, wanting to move, wanting to do something out of the norm, right? So travel might be on your mind, a vacation, relocation, some sort of situation. Um, let's dive into it. Got random hairs all over me. You know what? I kind of want to do my Alice deck. I know it's not as gold as the gold foil, but I love this deck. I like obsessed over it when I bought it. I was like, it's the only deck I can use for weeks. So let's see. Alright, so we have the Death card, Scorpio energy, and the Ace of Wands, fire energy. So what I'm seeing with the Death card here is like something being finalized, something coming to completion, a cycle coming to an end, or even like a season, right? We all have like seasons in our life, right? So like if you've been through a period of things being complacent or stagnant, I see that coming to an end. With the Ace of Wands, that's a passionate new beginning, right? That's a whole new cycle. So that's something that brings a lot of motivation and inspiration. Something that really brings about a lot of passion. So this is exciting. And this could really indicate why the Merkaba is coming out, right? Because I do see like this energy of you wanting to like climb out of your shell and try something, experiment with something, do something different. So let's talk about this new cycle. Okay. So we have Two of Swords in reverse. What I see from this energy, like usually the Two of Swords is I see it kind of like self-preservation, you know, the way that they're guarding themselves with the swords and being like, nothing's coming through here, da da da. And I see you kind of like opening up to like a new perspective or a new opportunity, like this also has the energy of like no expectations, right? With the Two of Swords, I feel a lot of expectations are like expecting things to be a certain way, and I feel like you're kind of starting with a clean slate of like, nah, we ain't doing that this time. Um, the Hanged Man is showing up, right? Obstacles, things. There's something to be overcome here, or like you feel like there's a barrier that needs to be broken through. Um, with the Nine of Wands in reverse, Nine of Wands is the wounded warrior, right? And Nine of Wands in reverse, I feel like, it ties really hard into this Two of Swords in reverse. It's like this healing energy, this wanting to enter into your new cycle, not in a victim mentality or not feeling victimized by your past, but kind of learning from it and being like, all right, and open to a new experience, like I said before. We have Queen of Swords in reverse. Could be an air sign. The Queen of Swords in the upright can sometimes be confrontational or like all up in her head. Very, very much that air energy, right? And with the Queen of Swords being in reverse here, I see this openness, right? Like this not so guarded, kind of letting the guards down. That's what I'm really feeling here. Somebody who's like relaxing into something new. We have King of Wands in reverse. Um, King of Wands in reverse could also mean like somebody here isn't like communicating something or they feel limited in their communication. I'm gonna kind of like with the World card. This is somebody that you're ending a cycle with, right? This could even be like a boss feeling like you've done honest work for like a dishonest person. King of Wands in reverse is somebody who's dishonest with you, and you feel that. And I feel like you're closing out cycles with anybody who really puts you in that. This could be friends, family, whatever. You put the energy where it belongs. Um, with the Sun card, Leo energy, it could also be a Leo. But what I'm seeing here, though, is somebody's really helping you over this wall or, like, kind of get to the next level. This wall being kind of the hanged man, the thing that's, like, holding you up from progressing forward, right? So I do get this energy, and also the Sun card represents, like, abundance, prosperity. It's the happiest card in the entire deck. Whenever I see it, I'm like, that's a good sign. Starting your reading with the Death card and ending and coming out to the Sun, that's like showing a whole progression of yourself, like where you've been and where you're coming from. Um, so I really like that. I like this energy of like your development because there's so much growth in it, and the fact that you're not like hardening yourself and like guarding yourself is also like really admirable. Like when you're able to still allow yourself to be vulnerable or to experience the softness or the sensitive, you know, aspects of yourself, that can be really powerful. That can be something that like really uh changes the course of your life, because a lot of people when they go through some shit or they deal with, drama kings, as I see here, um, it can oftentimes like harden us and like cause us to become guarded. But I see that you're just not allowing that to happen. You're not allowing external circumstances to change your internal truth, right? Um, the Hierophant, learning and growing. Taurus energy. Yeah, we've got Scorpio, Taurus, and Leo so far. And it doesn't necessarily mean that you have to be in one of those signs. That's literally just the energy of the card. So, it helps you to better understand, for one, the zodiacs, and for two, kind of where you sit in the way that you travel through, experiencing the different aspects of each sign. We all do. So, also with the Hierophant, you're getting divine guidance. You could be meditating a lot, praying a lot. Really, I feel like the divine is on your side, right? This is somebody who's very divinely protected. This is somebody who, really reaches into their truth. Um, so, what is this new cycle gonna bring for you, right? Like, I do feel almost this excited energy with this Ace of Wands, like excited to experience something new. Oh, I like this. Okay, so we have the Five of Wands in reverse, right? So whatever conflicts you may have had, whether internally or externally, that's going away, right? Because with the Five of Wands in reverse, that's gone, right? King of Wands in reverse also tells me that, you do have a drama king out here, right? Somebody who probably tries to trigger you or put you in a bad mood, somebody who's like deliberately trying to see you in a lower state, or put you in a lower state. With the Four of Swords, this is like being able to relax and finally like feel this energy out and just, it's kind of like sleeping in and, self-care. It's doing what you got to do for you. I really like that. That's, I think that's honestly the most important thing is how we build a relationship with ourselves, because your external relationships are going to reflect like your internal relationship with yourself. And that's why we see so much turmoil in modern day relationships, or people who don't understand each other. It's because they don't understand themselves, and that's projected into the 3D, and it shows up like and so, yeah, and also with the King of Wands in reverse, I'm feeling this energy of like judgment too. Like you might have dealt with somebody who is very judgmental, or like put you in a place of like, what the fuck, man. So, I feel you bypassing that and kind of seeking something better, something that feels comfortable, something that you feel like you can relax in. Um, that's kind of funny that card's coming out. Eight of Wands. I almost feel like it could be a roommate situation, like you're tired of your roommates or something, or like with this King of Wands in reverse, there's just somebody that you just don't feel like you want to mesh with, or you don't want to, stay in that energy. With the Eight of Wands too, being the Minor Arcana Chariot card, really tells me that there is movement and it's gonna be fast. It's like you make a decision and then opportunities just start manifesting really quickly, especially with the Hierophant and the Sun card. It's kind of like asking you shall receive. And I feel like that's what you're doing with the universe. I feel like you're relaxing, you're just letting outcomes kind of unfold. You're not trying to micromanage the universe. You're just kind of like, all right, this is the flow state. We're just going to see how everything kind of unfolds, and I really like that. I'm proud of you for this, because not many people really get to this point where they're able to relax into a flow state. A lot of people still struggle and they still want to micromanage the universe, and then they're like, why are my manifestations not working? And it's like, well, they do work. You're just manifesting the wrong shit on accident. Six of Pentacles in reverse tells me that you are very like financially independent. You don't rely on other people in that sense. Like, even if you have roommates or whatever, it's like your portions are taken care of. It's you like to you like that feeling of being able to like handle your own, right? That's kind of the energy I'm feeling. And so if you do seek any kind of like connection, it's not going to be out of like neediness. It's going to be out of wantingness, uh, which is it, healthy, because I feel like that's another thing, when you get to a point where you're making friends and other kinds of connections, um, you want to show up in an independent kind of energy. Like too much codependence can be detrimental to whatever connection you're trying to form. I think independence is where it's at. I mean, that's what we're really raised to grow into, is a sense of independence. And unfortunately, with the media and every storybook and all that shit, they kind of give us a mixed up message about like what connections are there for. Connections are not like the happily ever after. The happily ever after actually comes first, and then the connections. Because like I said before, all of your relationships, your friendships, family ships, all of that deeply reflect your internal world. So if you have a lot of peace in your connections, you have a lot of peace within yourself. If you have a lot of turmoil in your connections, you have a lot of turmoil within yourself. It's like that helps us too to like see where we're at and kind of correct things when shit starts getting out of whack and whatever. Um, so we have the Lovers in reverse, the Page of Wands in reverse, and the Seven of Pentacles. So what I'm seeing here is like anything out of alignment must go, right? The Lovers in reverse usually shows up in a time of like a separation or like severing a partnership. It could also indicate that you're like free, you're not like tied down to any relationship. There's nothing really holding you down, right? And with that travel card, that can be really helpful, not feeling tied down. With the Page of Wands in reverse, too, this could be like, yeah, letting go of things that don't serve you. This could also be like rejecting offers that are coming in. Like the Page of Wands often talks about like an offer or somebody extending something. With the Seven of Pentacles, I see that you're just kind of looking overall at like your entire everything. Like, and with the Page of Wands in reverse and the King of Wands in reverse, that could be like no longer communicating with somebody because they bring in a lot of drama or, whatever. This could be an ex that you're kind of like cutting out, because with the Lovers in reverse, it's like you've had history with them, right? With the Seven of Pentacles showing up, I feel like you're ready to harvest, right? You're ready to like to receive something new or something different, something outside of what you've had history with. I feel like, in your past you've dealt with people who were just not it, So let's see. Any other messages before we head over to the oracles? Yeah, Six of Cups came to clarify that, yeah, this, because it fell right on top of the Lovers card. Six of Cups is somebody you've had history with, so I do feel that you are at this point of like, of letting go of people that you've had history with, people that, might try to pop up in your life over and over, especially when you're doing well. That's when they show up, right? Especially, like, they always say it like that, you know, when you start getting happy and, you know, content in your life, and then all of a sudden, like, people from your past are like, hey, you look like you're doing well, like, da 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 da, and then they try to, like, segue their way back in. That's kind of the energy I'm seeing, like a past person trying to come back, and you're just like, no thanks, I'm moving on, I'm moving forward. Um, yeah, with the Five of Pentacles in reverse, it looks like they were a disappointment to you. That connection was a disappointment to you, right? They left you feeling left out in the cold. They left you feeling alone. And you're over that feeling with the Five of Pentacles in reverse. You're like, I won't feel like that shit again. That's kind of the energy and I feel like that's kind of why you're not communicating with them, or you choose not to entertain them if they do try to extend any kind of communication. Um, so, and this could be somebody that you've known from childhood, right? Going back to that Six of Cups, it often refers to like something from like childhood, or so. Um, or at least that you've known for a long time, right? Like even your teen years was your childhood, so you know, like put it where it resonates. But I just feel this energy of like not entertaining the past anymore and really looking at that forward, futuristic energy. Um, by Ravi Yogini. Face your fears, for it is the right time, and you are ready to overcome them. You will be given the power to fulfill your heart's desires. Embrace your path with confidence. Healing around belonging and abundance is taking place within your soul. You are spiritually protected from toxic energies. Recognize your inner divine badass and commit to your dreams with convictions. So yeah, that's a pretty good message. I think, you know, it really taps into that energy of you being, you know, divinely protected, and that no matter, like, what has transpired in the past, like, Spirit has your back moving forward, right? Spirit's going to, like, be watching over you and making sure, like, hey, if anybody's out of alignment for you, that shit ain't gonna work, right? And that's helpful. Even if it's, like, a past person who's like, oh, I've changed or I'm different, it's like, are they ever? Does it ever like end differently in those situations? Because I don't feel like it does. um, but yeah, so that's pretty much what I have for you. I hope this was helpful. Namaste. I love you guys, and I'll catch you later.